There we go. All right, page 163 in grammar. And we're so super duper close to the end here. I mean, just a couple more lessons after this. Okay. 163. Today we're talking about quotation marks and capitalization. And you guys have heard this before, so this is review. This should be pretty easy, but whenever there's a quote or someone speaking in your story, and maybe you even had this in your most recent story, we use quotation marks around what's being said. So that's one part of the sentence is the actual quote, what they say. The other part of the sentence is the attribution. And that basically is who's saying it and how they're saying it. So, like, you remember back when you guys did King Midas. I don't know why I'm thinking of that one today, but he wished for one wish, right? He had one wish and he wished for everything he touched to turn to gold. So you could say that he said or he wished, King Midas wished, let everything I touch turn to gold. So the part of the sentence that says King Midas wished, that's the attribution. And then what he says, let everything I touch turn to gold, that's what the quote is. That was a while ago, huh? Okay. So we've got it here. The princess cried, my nose has grown too long. Poor princess. She's got issues right now. But the attribution is the princess cried. And then you see the comma there. So when the attribution comes first in the sentence, there's a comma. And then make sure to always capitalize what the person or character says. So my here has a capital M because it's the first word of what she says. This is the quote. My nose has grown too long. But here it is backwards. My nose has grown too long, the princess cried. That's okay too, but just make sure you always capitalize the first letter of the quote because you're going to treat it like a sentence here. But then when the attribution comes after that, notice there's a comma and then you have the princess cried. That's the attribution and there's no capital right here. It's still part of that sentence. But here we've got it broken up on two sides. My nose, the princess cried, has grown too long. And that's okay too. In your story, you can break it up and put the attribution right smack in the middle of the quote. That's okay too. So obviously right here, my nose, that's the first part of her, what she's saying in quotes, comma, the princess cried, comma. And then notice this is the rest of her quote. So we're not going to capitalize has because it's finishing up what she started saying over here. So that's why this part's not capitalized, has grown too long. So this part right here says, regardless of where the attribution comes in the relation to the quoted sentence, capitalization and punctuation rules remain the same. Place quotation marks around the words that are spoken, not the attribution. We already know that. Capitalize the first word of the quoted sentence. Capitalize the first word of the attribution only if it begins the sentence. That would be the first example way up here. See how the attribution is first? That's when you need a capital there. Otherwise, you don't need to capitalize the attribution part. Then it says answer these questions orally. So you're just going to tell me the answers and you can raise your hand if you know. What are the attributions in the following sentences? So let's look at the first one. We're looking for attributions. My nose still looks terrible, she cried. What's the attribution, Abby?
She cried.
Yes, good. She cried. That's telling who said it and how they said it. This is the quote. So the attribution is she cried. How about this one? Princess, her father directed, just return the gifts. What's the attribution there, Malia? You're still muted. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. I'm not sure what happened, but somehow try unmuting again. You might have to log out and come back in. I don't know, Malia, because you know how you have to click that box that says something like join with computer audio or something, and you have to actually click that. So you might need to do that. Try logging out and then I'll let you back in, okay? Okay. How about Megan? Do you know what the attribution is here?
At 11:40.
That's the person speaking and how they're
We're
saying.
at the bomb.
This one right here. Princess, her father directed, just return the gifts.
But though, yeah, this teacher
What
is
do you
going to
think the
confuse
attribution is? Like who's talking and how are they saying it?
Just turn the gifts. And
It's
the
right.
princess is talking.
It's right here. Her father directed. Do you see that part of the sentence?
Oh, it was her father.
Her father directed. So that is the actual attribution for that quote. Does that make sense, Megan?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, good. What part of the quoted sentence must be capitalized? Anybody know the answer to that one? What part of the quoted sentence is capitalized?
I think I might know.
What do you think, Megan?
No. We're on chapter 5.
I think it's just. Just return the gifts. I think it's just the J needs to be capitalized.
Not in that one, actually. That's a good guess. But the question is, what part of any quoted sentence? It's always the first word. So they did it right here. So the P in princess is capitalized. Does that make sense? So the rest of the sentence is here. Princess just returned the gifts. So we don't want to capitalize just because the sentence actually starts right here. Okay. I know it's confusing when it's split up like that, but the answer to this question, what part of a quoted sentence must be capitalized? It's always the first word of the sentence, just like a regular sentence. Okay. Okay. Malia, unmute and say something. See if your microphone's working now. Are you there? No? Can you hear me okay? Yeah, you can hear me, but you can't unmute, huh? I don't know how to help you with that. Anyway, I don't know how to help you with that. It looks like you might be typing something if you want to type in the chat. Let's turn to the practice page. And how about Eliana? Can you read our sentence today?
The next day, the princess's long nose was worse. She was surprised that the apple didn't help her.
Good, nice. Okay, let's start working on this. Worse is our vocabulary word. That just means like in poorer health than before. So the health is getting worse, or her nose in this case is getting worse. It's going bad for her. Okay, 3 articles. Go ahead and find those. And it looks like, Megan, I saw your note that you already did this page, so you can help with this. That's good. So how about Megan? Where are those nouns?
The nouns is day.
Good.
And the next one. Princess?
Yep, that's one. Or actually, you know what? Because of that, sorry, I said yeah before I looked at it. Princesses is actually going to be an adjective because it's telling about whose nose it is. So we're not going to count that as a noun. So not princesses. What's another noun in there?
A nose.
Yes, there you go. Nose is a noun, and then there's one more noun.
Apple.
There you go. Good. So not princesses, because that's telling whose. There's two pronouns, it looks like. So Eliana, where are the two pronouns at?
The first pronoun is she,
Good.
and I don't know if in this sentence her is a pronoun.
It actually is in this sentence. And I understand why you kind of hesitated there because sometimes her is an adjective, but it doesn't have anything after her right here. So that means it's a pronoun to help. It didn't help her. So it's referring back to the princess. It's a pronoun. Good. Now there's five adjectives, Abby. How about those? Where are the adjectives at?
Next,
Good.
princesses,
Good.
long,
Good.
worse,
Good.
and surprised.
It is surprised. Even though surprised has an ed, it kind of sounds like it could be a verb here, but it says was surprised. So that's describing her. It's telling us that she was surprised. So it's an adjective. It's explaining how she feels, basically. Very good. Okay, and then there's a that clause. And Malia, are you still? Let me see. There's a note in here. Oh, Megan said she fixed it. Are you able to unmute yet or no? I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's like that. So I guess you'll just have to listen in today, okay? Yeah, okay. So back to Megan. How about the that clause? Where's that clause in here?
That and then to her.
That and all the way to her. That's right. And we'll write that on top of it. Very good. And then the verbs, Eliana, let's do those verbs next. There's actually four verbs in here.
Surprised.
Surprised is actually an adjective. Remember, I explained that earlier.
Oh, whoop. Right. What about help?
Yep. Help is a verb.
Okay.
The rest of them are like, well, there's a helping verb there too. And then there's two linking verbs.
Didn't is a helping verb?
So did, the did part of didn't? Yes.
Did.
Yes. The did part. And then there's two other that are linking verbs. You see
Sorry,
it?
my dog's just walking in and out of my room.
Oh. It's going to connect a subject to the adjective. And so these verbs are linking.
Was?
Yes, was, and what else?
Yes.
And then the other was. Good. Those are all the verbs. So Abby, who's doing these things? There's three subjects here.
It looks like she,
She right here is a verb or a subject. Yes.
knows,
Not those. Did you say those or nose?
knows.
Nose. Yes. You're right. Nose. That is the subject. And then there's one more.
Is it apple?
It is apple. Very good. Because you see the words didn't help her, and then you would ask yourself, what didn't help her? Oh, the apple. The apple didn't help her. Very good. Got it. Two capitals, we could do that at the beginning of each one of those sentences. End mark. And then Megan, where does the apostrophe go? One of the words is missing an apostrophe.
Didn't.
Didn't. And what two letters should it go between? Or didn't? Where does it go?
It goes before the N.
Actually, right after the N, between the N and the T.
I mean, right after. Sorry,
I thought you
I'm
meant.
not good at explaining words.
That's okay. That's what I thought you meant. I knew you knew it. Between the N and the T, because that's where the O was. We took it out, so now it's didn't. Yay, so we did it. Good job. So we're done with that practice page, you're going to do the next 3 pages for your homework. Does anybody have any questions about the homework or anything we've been talking about? No? Okay. And I saw your note, Eliana. Maybe Malia can type in the chat if you can. If not, don't worry about it, Malia. You can just listen. Oh, no, she can't do chat either. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're here, though. I'll just keep looking at your face and your smile, and I know you're having fun. That's good. Okay, let's get out our stories, the moment we've been waiting for. And Malia, hopefully next week your mic will be working if you want to share your story. Or I could read your story if you want me to read it. No, you're not done yet? Okay, I can read your lips. I think you said I haven't finished it yet. Okay, so whenever you do finish it, if you want me to read it, I would love to do that. Eliana, you want to read yours today? Okay, and Megan, you wanted to read yours, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. And how about Abby? Are you wanting to read yours too? Or are you not done yet?
Yeah, we didn't have time to do it this week.
Okay, no worries. Don't worry about that. Okay, so we'll start with Eliana and then Megan, okay? Do you want me to pull it up or you have it with you, Eliana?
I have it with me.
Perfect. Okay. Whenever you're ready, tell it. And did you put a new title on it, by the way?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, we'll wait for that, but go ahead and start reading when you're ready.
Once upon a time, there were three co-workers. This is another Coffee Playtime story, just so you know.
Okay, thanks for the warning.
There were three co-workers whose names were Gavin, Madeline, and Eliana. Gavin and Madeline explained to Eliana when she snored loudly last night and how they couldn't wake her up. Come on, guys, Eliana complained. So how are the orphans doing with that new robot animatronic Mrs. Delight teacher? She questioned. Well, all the orphans are doing great, other than Kevin. He was sent to detention,
Oh,
Madeline replied. For what? Eliana and Gavin interrupted. Assaulting another orphan, Maddie finished. Kevin is aggressive towards other orphans because he is like that. Some of the coworkers nickname him the troublemaker. He is going through testing currently with another orphan named Matthew, who acts the opposite towards other orphans than Kevin does in 2 weeks. Some orphans named Jacob, Sophie, and Skipper approached the three coworkers and asked, "Can you play soccer with us, please?" So the three coworkers who were kind played soccer with the orphans. Suddenly, Gavin kicked the ball into the tree while the birds were singing in the background. Sophie cried, "Aw, I want the ball!" "No worries, I'll read you a story," Eliana replied intelligently. "Okay, thanks, Eliana," exclaimed the orphans. While Eliana and Maddie were distracted by the orphans, the smiling critter plushies came to life and snuck over to the coworkers' picnic area.
oh my
Pick and
goodness.
Chicken remember that Picky Piggy was on a no-food diet because Picky Piggy likes to eat a bunch of stuff.
No food diet.
Picky Piggy, no eating anything. Remember your diet, which means you can't eat anything because you're on a diet, instructed Chicken Chicken. So him and his friends, except for Picky Piggy, chose their beautiful meals. Chicken Chicken wanted chicken, Corn wanted ice cream, and Catnap got sleepy, and so he sat in the strongly planted tree. Once the coworkers got back to their stolen picnic set, the critters hid behind the tree, and all that the coworkers could eat were crumbs. The end.
Yay! Good job. Let's give her some emoji reactions here. Woohoo! I liked it. Oh my goodness, you are so creative. I would not have thought of any of that. I loved how you said Eliana was intelligent because she is. So that was great.
And those two other kids are from me and Abby's same class at Acorns and Arrows.
Oh,
So I
did
just
you
put them
recognize
into the
that, Abby?
story.
She's nodding. She knew. Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's really cute. That was super good. I really liked it. So what kind of a title do you think you could make for that? Remember, it has to go with your final sentence. Maybe you can think of a good title. Something about the at the
The
end.
Stolen Picnic.
Ooh, I
something.
like it. Yes, the stolen picnic. Uh. Okay, Megan, when you're ready, go ahead and read your story too. And if you have a title, you can tell us your title. Otherwise, just we can figure that out later.
I did name the tile. Am I gonna do it? Like, are you gonna upload it?
Oh, do you want me to pull it up for you?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yes, I can do that. Let me find it really quick.
The tile is interesting, so I really hope you like it with the tile.
Let me find it here. Oh, did you turn it in? Let me see. Is this you? I don't see it in here yet.
Maybe I should give it a try.
Yeah, because I don't see it. I don't think your mom turned it in yet, or yeah, it's not there yet. And are you talking about the one about the picnic, or are you talking about the other one about the
The
book and
other
dinosaur?
one.
Oh, okay, let me go back then. Hold on. Okay, you're talking about the book and dinosaur one?
Yeah.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, let me
I
share
went to
this.
my other email to make sure.
Okay, let me make it a little bigger for you.
And the title is called Reading Comes Alive.
Oh, I like it. Okay, there you go. When you're ready, go ahead and read it.
Alright. Jack, who is quietly sitting at the table, is reading Jurassic Park. He is thinking about dinosaurs because they sound like they were dangerous.
Mm.
Jack is wondering what dinosaurs were like a long time ago. Were they horrible? All of dinosaurs had sharp teeth. In a book, he pretended it was 9 o'clock p.m. and he was at the park and had almost gotten
Oh
eaten.
no.
Reading about dinosaurs is interesting. Suddenly, Jack found himself inside the book. The giant dinosaurs were outside. Megan, me,
Hey, I know
who
Megan.
was Jack's friend, was there too. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, and the T-Rex noticed them because they were being too loud. He started chasing poor Jack and
Oh
Megan.
no.
They ran all over the park and headed to the forest. This wasn't how Jack wanted to finish reading a book.
Oh no.
Right. Jack and Megan spotted a hidden temple. They ran inside and found a book. It was the same Jurassic Park book, which Jack was reading earlier that morning. The book was a portal.
Ooh, cool.
Jack and Megan opened the book and fire escape into the portal. They made it out just in time. Running into the portal saved them. From now on, Jack and Megan decided to be more careful about what books they read. Because reading comes
Oh, yay! I like it.
alive!
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
good. Very good. I like that a lot.
I read a lot right there.
I
I
know you
didn't know I
did.
could read that much.
I thought it was really good. That was
Thank
really
you.
creative. I love the portal idea.
Yeah,
You got
I
sucked
would
in
even
there.
give myself this.
There you go.
I'm
Give
proud of
yourself
myself.
a party. Party.
My mom said it was interesting, creative. She liked it
I
too.
liked it. Yeah, I thought it was really creative and very interesting. And I like how you read it too. It was fun having
Thank
you read
you.
it. You're welcome.
And eventually we would all print all the stories and then eventually all
Oh,
of
that's
it.
cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. You can make your own little book of all the things that you've
Yeah.
worked on. That's cool. It's a good idea. Yay, Abby's still going. She's got emojis everywhere. She's like, woohoo! All
And
right.
I like Elena's The Poppy
I
Playtime.
did too. Yeah, you both did a great job.
My brother would probably like it too, because we both watch on YouTube Poppy Playtime so much. My mom doesn't like Poppy Playtime. She's like, ugh, it's creepy, it grows it all.
My mom
I don't
doesn't
even
like Poppy
know.
Playtime either, and she doesn't understand my addiction to it.
I don't
My
even know
mom
what it is.
understands the story.
Yeah. The story's good. Yeah, the story's really good. All right,
It
yeah, we
is.
got to move on to the next thing. So we're done with for now, our creative writing. And now we're going to shift back into more academic writing about reports. So we're going to write about tortoises. Oh, Sydney's coming in. She must have been, okay, she's really late, but that's okay. She can come on in. We're going to go to, in your binder, we got to get out the next lesson. So if you're done with the book, or I mean, the story about the picnic, I think Eliana, you're the only one done right now. So you can put that one away. But get out week 17 called tortoises. Okay. I'm going to show you where it's at here. This one in the front tab that says source text, you're going to get out week 17 tortoises. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages actually. So get out all 6 pages for week 17. And make sure to get out that big white paper that we started last week. We got it ready for us, so we need to get that out. This one. Uh-oh, hold on. We did that, right? Where's yours? Let me see. Oh, here it is. Phew, scared me for a second. I had the wrong one out. This one. Good. Yep. And yours might be smaller. That's okay if you don't have a big page. This one's kind of a big one, but so I want to take some notes. I see you here, Sydney. Can you hear me okay? I don't see your camera on yet, but I see that you're logging in. Uh-oh. Do you have a question, Malia? What pages? Okay, I'm reading your lips. Page 139, 141, that's the yellow page. 143, that's the one with the tortoise on it. 145, 147, that's the pink page we're gonna look at in a minute, and then 149. Got it? Okay, good. On this note page we started last week, I want you to go under the A, there's an empty box right here. Okay, go to that box under the A, and I just want you to put the word steps. This is going to be the steps to writing a paper with multiple references. That means more than one article. We're going to write kind of like a research paper. There you are, Sydney. So go ahead and get out week 17 about tortoises. And then this page that we started last week. So the first step, underneath steps, I just want you to write number 1, and then I want you to put the word subject here. When you write a paper like this, it's like a research paper, you have to know what your subject is. That's the main thing you're writing about. And for this paper, I'm just going to put an equal sign there, and we're going to write about tortoises. Tortoise. S. Tortoises. That's more than one tortoise, right? It's like a turtle, but these live in the desert tortoises, which we're going to learn about. The second thing you do after you know what you're going to write about is figure out your topics. So I'm going to put the word topics here. That means you got to know what about these tortoises? What are we going to write about these tortoises? Like what kind of tortoises are they? The third step, step number 3, is your KWO. And I'm going to put a little S here. It's KWOs because there's more than one. We have a KWO here for A, a KWO for B, and a KWO for C. So there's more than one KWO this time. And then the next step, number 4, is fused outline. And we're going to talk about that today too. By the way, does anybody know what that word fused means? Have you heard that one before? Fused? Eliana, what does fused mean? Malia's thinking about it. I can see you thinking there.
Sometimes fused means like mixed together.
Yes, yes, that's a good way to put it. It could be mixed together. It could be like when you glue something together, if you're fusing it together, or if you're sewing something together, that's a way to fuse something together. But that's a good way to put it, mixing it together where, like when you're making a recipe, like let's say cookies, for example. By the way, I'm hungry, so sorry if I'm making you hungry too. But when you mix together like the flour and the baking powder, it blends together. You can't take it apart anymore. It's like fused together forever, right? So that's what we're going to do with this fused outline. It's going to have a little bit from A, we're going to move down here, a little bit from B, and a little bit from C. We're going to kind of mesh them all together. And then from there, number 5, write paragraph. Oops, let me make this a little, it seems like it's too bright. I don't know why. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. Number 1, you got to know what your subject is. We got to figure out our topics. And then we need to write the key WOs, they're key WOs, the KWOs, those are the keyword outlines, right? A, B, and C. And then we have a fused outline. That's when we combine the information together, fuse it together, and then you're going to use the fused outline to write your paragraph. So those are the steps in writing this kind of paper where you have more than one reference. Okay, so now we already know what our subject is, so we could like put an X over that, got that. Now we're on to the topics. We got to figure out what are our topics. So let's look at the articles. We don't need this front page here. And we don't really need the yellow page because we're talking about that with our big page here. So let's go all the way to this page. This is the Sleepy Tortoises page. And I just want you to look ahead for a second here. Because did you notice you have 2 different articles here? You have one that says Sleepy Tortoises and one that says the Desert Tortoise. There's 2 different articles. Normally we just have one. So we're going to use both of these on our paper. So on top of the Sleepy Tortoise article, turn off my light. There we go. All right, now I got to make it lighter. My lighting is weird this morning. At the very top of this one called Sleepy Tortoises, I want you to put an A with a box around it like that. This is one source. And we're going to go ahead and read this one. Notice that your A is going to match your A here. These go together. So the information that you read in this article is only going to go right here under A. Okay, that's why we label it like that, so it matches. Eliana?
Can I read this?
You
I
want
like reading.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on, before you start, I'll let you read it. That's fine. As she's reading this, you guys can be looking for interesting facts that stand out to you. You know how to do that. We've done that a couple of times before. So just go ahead and underline some facts that you think is interesting, and you're going to try to find 4, but if you find more than that, it's okay.
No, I know, buddy.
Try to find 4. Okay, and I'm going to do it too, but you might have different things that you underline. So, okay, when you're ready, you can read it, Eliana.
Okay. It may be hot and dry in the deserts of the southern western United States, but many animals live there, including the desert tortoise. A tortoise, unlike its turtle cousin, lives most of its life on dry land, whereas a turtle spends most of its life in the water. They have round and stumpy feet instead of webbed Webbed feet like turtles, tortoises cannot swim. A desert tortoise can actually live without drinking water for an entire year. That is because it gets water from the plants it eats. Some people have desert tortoises as pets. However, they may not be moved across the state borders or captured from the wild. They can be only given as a gift from one private owner to another. Tortoise owners should not have large fenced yards with lots of shades and well as sunny areas where the tortoises can bask because tortoises hibernate. Pet owners should give them a place for them to sleep from October through February.
Wow, that was really good reading. It was kind of fast. I had to stop underlining because it was so fast. You're a fast reader. So I underlined a couple things at the beginning, but then I had to stop because I wanted to listen to her read it. But you can go back and look and see if there's some other facts in there. I'm going to do that too because I heard a couple things that I thought was cool. Round, stumpy feet. Thought that was cool. Live without drinking water for an entire year. Gets water from the plants it eats. That's interesting. So I have 1, 2, 3. I like the part about how they hibernate. Just gonna underline this last part. Okay, so I got my 4. That last one's kind of big, but those are the ones I thought were interesting. So give me a thumbs up if you underlined some things. Maybe you have more than 4. That's okay. All right, I see some thumbs up there. If you have less than 4, you don't have to underline exactly like mine, Eliana. If you want to pick something different, it's okay. And notice the way I underlined it this time. I didn't underline the entire sentence. I underlined parts of the sentence. Like here, I just have Southwestern United States and desert tortoise. I'm going to combine that into one fact. And then round stumpy feet, that's easy. That's pretty much 3 words already. So that's how I'm going to do it. But so we have this article. Let's put the name of the article. Actually, this article right here, let's put it next to the A. Right here, we're going to call this Sleepy Tortoises. That's one article that we read. I wrote it right next to the A here. And I know that this article is about the desert tortoise, right? Because that's what a tortoise is. It's called a desert tortoise. So for Roman numeral 1 here, and it does say that it may be hot and dry in the deserts of southwestern United States, and that's where the desert tortoise lives. So I'm going to put southwestern, it's a big word, U.S. desert tortoise. I actually used one of my facts for Roman numeral 1. So basically, I might need to find another fact in there because I think I only have 3 more after that. Okay, so we got that down. And you guys know how to write these down. So look at the facts that you underlined, and I'm going to give you guys some time to work on this for a minute. Write down 3 keywords, or you can draw a picture or abbreviate or use a number if you need to, and fill in some key facts, some keywords from the facts that you underlined here for 1 through 4. I'm going to do it too. So here's the thing. If you like what I'm putting and you want to match mine, that's okay. But if you have other things, you can pick other things. You don't have to do it just like mine. Okay, so I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to do this by yourself. And let me know if you guys have any questions. Man, there's a lot of good stuff in here. It's hard to just pick a few. Okay. Okay, show me on your fingers what number you're working on right now under Roman numeral 1 here. Okay, good. Okay, everybody's on a different one. Okay, that's good. I see that. I'll give you one more minute here. Eliana, did you finish yours? Okay, tell us what you have for you guys can keep working if you're still working on it. Tell us what you have for your 1 through 4.
My brothers were being loud, so I had to tell them to quiet.
Okay.
So for my first one, I have round, stumpy feet.
Okay.
Live without, and then I drew a cup of water and year.
Okay, good.
Water, plant, eat.
Okay.
Tortoise, hibernate October through February.
Okay, good. Nice. How about you? Or do you have more than that?
And then I have one more. And
Okay.
then I just put like owner, have place.
Okay, nice. Good job. Abby, how about you?
I put southwestern U.S. desert tortoise, round, stumpy feet, not webbed.
Okay.
Tortoise cannot swim. Live 1 year without water. Get water from plant. Eat. Tortoise move state borders, and then I crossed that out, and I drew a net and crossed that out.
Nice. Very good. I like it.
Kind
Sid,
of the same as yours.
little bit, but a little bit different. Like I didn't have the swimming one. I like that fact, but I was like, I don't have enough room for that one. But you had some good ones in there. And then Sydney, how about you?
I have life, dry land, round, stumpy feet, webbed feet, and live drinking water. Yeah.
Oh, good. Good, good, good. I like, and you got 1 year on there somewhere without drinking water. You probably need to put that on there. Maybe like the number 1, and then you could put like YR if you don't have any more words you can use on that one. YR would be like abbreviation for year. Okay, it looks like maybe Megan, what number are you working on right now?
Remo 1.
Okay.
Oh
So,
my gosh, it's big paper. I don't know how to show you.
oh,
Hold it.
that's okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm not
That's
good
okay.
at
You don't have to show me. It's okay. You can actually
Alright.
finish it as part of your homework this week, okay? Because we got to move on to the next one.
Southern U.S. deserts. That's
Hmm.
Remo 1. Number 1, turtle dry land. I did stick figure for cousin.
Yeah.
2, round stumpy feet. 3, Tauruses, and I did a sign of a circle, and then a diagonal line for cannot swim.
Oh, good.
And that's why I got so
Good. That's
far.
good. Oh, yeah, I can kind of see that. Okay, nice job, Megan. That's good. And Malia, did you get to write? How far did you get for 4? Okay, so you can do 5 later. Or we don't have 5. We have 4. Somebody was saying 5, but that's okay if you added a 5. I think Eliana did maybe, but yeah, we want to try to keep it to 4. If you have a 5, it's okay, but don't go beyond that because I know these have a lot of great facts in them. So now we're going
Oh,
to move on.
I
Go
might
ahead.
have just accidentally added 5.
That's okay. Now we're going to go on to the next article here. This is on page 145. And sometimes my marker doesn't want to erase very good. So let me erase this. This is going to be Article B. So at the top, just like you did with the A, let's put B on the top of this one so it matches our outline. We just want to make sure everything is clearly marked. Hold on, where's my marker? Oh, here it is. So B up here for this one, like that. And that's going to match B here. So on this B, we can put the title of this one is the desert, and we're going to put it next to the B here, the desert tortoise. That's the name of that article that goes with B. So these go together. Okay. The desert tortoise. This time, Abby, do you want to read it this time? Or did you have a question?
I would like to read it, but I also have 5 on all of them. Like I didn't add them just now, but I had them all before. Like I had 4 when we were or 5 when we were making it.
Oh, no wonder. Let me add a 5 on mine.
I don't know why.
I think we did that because I look on the back side, it does have a 5. I was on the wrong side. Anyway, thank you for telling me that. I didn't realize that. Okay, so yes, we have 5. So and if you don't have all 5 yet, you can finish that later for part of your homework. But let's read this one next. So whenever you're ready, Abby, go ahead and read the desert tortoise. And then oh, before you start, make sure you guys, if she reads fast, which is okay, underline or and wait, and then we can kind of go over it after she's done. And if you can underline at the same time, go ahead and do that too. Okay, and you're going to look for different facts. See if you can find different things about the desert tortoise than what you already wrote about. Okay.
Do you want me to read slowly?
Yeah, maybe not as fast as Eliana, maybe, but not super slow, somewhere in the middle.
Desert tortoises live in the Mojave and Sonoran Desert of Arizona, Utah, Nevada, and California. They are herbivores, meaning they only eat plants such as cactus, primrose, hibiscus, and dandelion. Because there is not much water in the desert, these animals get their water mostly from the food they eat. In fact, they live without drinking water for up to a full year. A female tortoise lays a clutch of 4 to 6 eggs in late summer. After 3 to 4 months, a baby tortoise emerges. Adults can grow to 8 to 15 pounds, 9 to 15 inches long, and live up to 80 years.
Wow.
When they are young, these tortoises are light brown. After they are adults, they turn gray or dark brown. They have stumpy back legs, but their front legs are flat with well-developed muscles so that they can dig their burrows or nests. This is necessary so that they can dig a hole in the cool earth because the desert heat can sometimes climb to as high as 140 degrees. Desert tortoises will spend only a few hours each day outside of their burrows. They never come out when they hibernate from October through February.
Whoa, that was great reading. Good job, Abby. That was cool. So there were some things in that article that were the same, and I tried not to underline that, like about how they don't drink water for a whole year. I already have that in my other outline, so I didn't underline that. So you're trying to find different facts. So I underlined 1, 2, 3, 4, Yeah, 5. I have my 5. But if you have more than that, that's okay. So, this is also talking about desert tortoises. It's going to be the same, pretty much the same topic like we had before. This one's called the desert tortoise. And I'm going to put here that first fact that they're located in these states. And I know how to abbreviate those. It also talks about the Mojave and Sonoran deserts. The Mojave is the one that we have in California. You guys probably know about that one. And then the Sonoran one is the one in Arizona. So I'm going to put I'm going to just focus on the states. You guys can put this different if you want, but I know that Arizona is AZ. Utah, I think, is UT. California is CA. We know that one. Desert tortoises. So I like to start with where they're located. So I put AZ for Arizona, UT for Utah, CA for California, desert tortoises. From here, we can pick out the other facts. Now we do have 5. So I'm going to give you time, just like I did a minute ago with the other one. And you're going to write down some facts, some keywords, and I'm going to do that too. You might not be able to finish this one, but that's okay. So I'm going to give you about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes to work on that. You can copy mine or write your own, either way. Like I said earlier, try not to write the same facts you already have. Try to make them different facts. Okay, since we're running out of time, I know you probably have more to write. Eliana, did you have a question real quick?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I finished mine.
Oh, okay. So finish writing whatever word the rest of you are on. You're going to finish filling this in for part of your homework, but I want to show you how you're going to do the fused part of this outline. Okay. And by the way, we have a C here, but actually we don't have a third article. We only have A and B. So we're going to just put an X over this one. You don't have to do anything with C. Okay. On the next assignment, we will, but not on this one. So you can just put an X through C. We're only going to use A and B because those are the only articles that we have for this desert tortoise. Now, the fused is when you're going to start combining information from both A and B. I know that our topic, though, is the desert tortoise, right? And I'm going to choose this one that we put right here, where we have, because they're both about desert tortoises, right? So what I'm going to do, and you can draw a line here to show yourself, but right here where it says under A, Southwestern U.S. desert tortoise, I want you to draw a line from that down to that Roman numeral 1 on the fused. See how I did that? And now what I want you to do is copy that right here on Roman numeral 1. So I'm going to copy Southwestern, comma, U.S. I'm going to copy it exactly like how it says here, and desert and tortoise. I know this is new for you guys to do this, so. Okay, so I copied that one. And now I'm going to look at all the facts that I have. I know you guys aren't done with this yet, so you're going to do the rest of this part for part of your homework too. But I'm going to choose my favorites of the facts that I have so far. I like that this one that talks about that they don't have webbed feet like turtles. And you might pick a different fact than that, but I kind of like talking about its body here first. So what I'm going to do is I'm skipping this one. I'm going to skip the one about round stumpy feet. And I'm going to choose this next one. And I'm going to draw an arrow from the word turtles all the way to your number 1 here. Okay, hang in there with me if you still are trying to figure out what I'm doing here. If you don't have this fact, that's okay. You can pick a different one. But what we're doing is meshing these facts together. So yours might look a little different than mine. Since I just talked about the feet, I'm going to pick this other fact here. And by the way, I wrote it this way. So yours might be a little bit different than mine. I wrote that the front legs, muscles, and then this was my symbol for digging down in the dirt. I like that one next. Even though I'm jumping around here, that's okay. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to draw a line from that one to the next fact here, and I'm going to copy that. So I have front, legs. This is mine. Yours might be a little bit different than mine. And then I have a picture of dirt and then an arrow going under the dirt for digging. So what I want to show you is you're going to pick and choose your favorite details that you wrote down, and you're going to mash them up together in the fused outline. So you're going to take some from A and some from B, and you're going to mash them together here, but you're not going to have all of them.
Yes.
Right? Because you're not going to have enough room. You only have 7. Hold on, Eliana. You only have 7 here. And we might have 10 facts with both. So some of the facts are not going to be included in the fused outline. Only 7. Okay, so Eliana, did you have a question? Okay. I know we're going a little bit long, but I'm just going to do one more
I do have
example.
one. I do.
Huh?
Do we have tutor today?
Yeah, hold on. Let me talk to you about that after class. But yes, so do you guys understand that you're going to take from both? Okay, and you're going to fill it in here all the way to 7, and then you're going to use this one, and you can circle it. Put a big circle around the fused outline. That's how you're going to write your paragraph. Once you make this, you're going to forget about A and B. Okay? And you're going to use just the fused outline to actually write one paragraph this week. Only one paragraph. This is what you use to write your paragraph. Only one paragraph. Okay, any questions about the homework? No? Good. So you're going to finish A and B. Some of you still have some things to finish here. Finish collecting your details from Article A and Article B. Put them on those KWOs, and then you mix them up. But some of them are not going to be in your report. Some of them you're not going to use because you have too many. So you're only going to choose 7. Okay, guys, that's it. Sorry I went a little bit long. Have a great week. And Eliana, just stay on for a second and I'll check my calendar, okay? Bye, you guys. Oh, did you have a question, Abby?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.